Gold Squad TV, long time no hear, y'all. Took a little break, had to recharge. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this video very short. Do you think Ime Udoka is a one and done coach for the Boston Celtics this season? I'm starting to think so. I think that this dude is pretty much killed whatever goodwill he's had with the Boston Celtics fans. His lack of adjustments and awareness is really showing. And I just have a hard time believing that he's going to be able to last this year. I would be honest with you. I think after the season, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a mutual parting of the ways. I don't think it's going to be that Brad's going to fire Ime Udoka, but I think they're going to come to a mutual agreement, pay Udoka the rest of his money, and let him go do whatever he's going to do. He's not a good fit for this team. This team needs a lot of changes roster-wise. He's not a leader of men. He's not a guy that could adjust. He's not an adjustment coach. Throws his team under the bus constantly. That Charlotte game was the epitome of what I talk about. Just, you don't just continue to shoot jumpers and shoot threes when they're not falling and just continue to have them shoot. That, you got to make adjustments. He has a lacking of making adjustments, and his rotations are really horrible when it comes to playing players. And they got back in the game and they put Pritchard in there and they put Richardson in there and they put those guys, and then they took them out, and then they stopped being aggressive. They stopped going to the rim. They stopped doing all the things that got them back in the game. Players got to take some responsibility for. Honestly, I think the coach has to take the majority of the responsibility, and not just for that game, but for this whole season. It's been pretty much a shit show. Even when we win games, I don't ever feel comfortable, and I don't think the Celtics organization feels comfortable. So, I think Ime knows he's a little bit in and over his head. There are going to be a lot of changes. Obviously, we already made the change to get Bol and PJ Dozier pretty much for next year. They're very cheap, contract-friendly players that are not going to go against the cap, and they're actually help the Celtics get under the cap. And then next year, obviously, they're going to be on the team. PJ Dozier is a really good player. I have a hard time believing he will not be on this team next year. He's a really good player. It's the second stint in Boston, and I think he belongs here, and I think that they should give him a much more shot. Bol's a project, but I like Bol, so let's see what happens with him. That said, I have a feeling Brad Stevens is going to come back down and coach his team next year. I think this year was really specifically just to give him a break. Also, they didn't want to let him go on the market and go coach some other team, so they probably decided, let's just move him up and see what, we'll come back to this next year and get the right people, the right guy to run the basketball organization in that position. In the meantime, Ime's pretty much a sitting duck coach, but he's clearly not head coach material in this league, and it doesn't matter whether we gave him a shot or not. He's done nothing to earn that shot this year. He's been a pretty shitty coach. He's managed to make me a Brad Stevens fan. I was never the biggest Brad Stevens fan. You guys know, you watch some of my older videos. You guys are probably sitting there saying I'm a hypocrite. And I'm like, you know what? You damn right I am. I will take Brad Stevens right now with his X's and O's, despite how putrid his communicational skills are. I will take his X's and O's any day of the week to coach a team versus this dude's futility as a head coach. Ime Udoka came from the Popovich tree and excludes nothing of any sort when it comes to calling plays and being able to run a team. So he doesn't get those guys confidence either, So Gold Squad TV, leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Ime Udoka is a sitting duck coach for the Celtics? Gold Squad TV.